fix this. There we go. Alright, it's marked. We're like an hour late compared to when I wanted to be started, so here we go. We got a Binks with us. Binks is our lucky charm. Right, this likes to start on the left monitor, which is where I don't want it. Nope. There we go. Let's not blow off my ears. No matter how amazing the soundtrack is, I do like my ears. Alright. We can... No, don't save those splits. Get the Dangan splits. There we go. Alright, we were... here? Yes. We were in chapter 2. And continue. Huh. I think we were trying to hang out with... Chihiro? Unless her report card is maxed. Nope, just Sayaka. Chihiro... Let's open the map. Where is Chihiro? Oh, in the warehouse. Yes, let's leave the area. There we go. Oh, who's a purry boy? I don't think I've checked anything in here, have I? No, I did because what's his name was in here. I wonder what that teddy bear actually... I wonder how that teddy bear actually operates. Could it be a robot with an AI installed in it? No, we don't have the technology yet, and we still don't. And we never... Well, I mean, we might. But not from its current iteration. Maybe it's some kind of bear-shaped cyborg from the future. Should I hang out with Chihiro? Yeah, spend some time with Chihiro. You want to sit down and talk for a while? Spend some time talking with Chihiro. Chihiro and I grew a little closer today. Would I like to give her a present? Yes. What would I like to give her? Do I still have a camera? Camera! Camera!
Huh?
Huh? A present? Yay! Thank you so much! Seeing Chihiro so pleased with something I gave her makes me happy. If you don't hate the idea, would you like to talk some more? Yeah, geez, if there's anyone who can say no to someone who asks like that, I'd like to meet him. Sure, I'd love to learn more about you. Okay, but what do you want to know? Well, let's see, what kind of program are you working on now? It's pretty amazing.
You know?
Actually, I just started the research process for something. Remember that database software I told you about? I'm retooling it into something a little more complex. But I signed an NDA with the company that hired me, so I really can't go into the details. Yeah, that probably... Hey, they probably wouldn't want the wrong people to hear about it, huh? It's not that I don't trust you or anything. I just made a promise, you know? Sorry. No, it's okay. It's my fault for asking about something you couldn't talk about. Oh, but maybe I can give you a little hint. It has to do with simulating human thoughts. She said something to do with simulating human thoughts. That must mean AI? You're developing some kind of artificial intelligence, aren't you? You figured it out! Was my hint too easy?
What should I do?
What am I gonna do? If they find out I broke my promise, they might... Don't worry, I'm not gonna say anything to anyone. Yeah, I know I can trust you. Okay, I guess I can tell you about it.
You know?
I'm working on a type of artificial intelligence the world has never seen before. It's what we call a strong AI. It's designed to think like a human, to process any mental task we can. A strong AI? You see, in the field of artificial intelligence, there's strong AI and weak AI. Weak AI isn't meant to match human intelligence, it's simply a type of problem-solving software. A weak AI isn't actually thinking, it's just executing actions programmed into it. Strong AI, on the other hand, is a program that can achieve true self-consciousness through ego-awareness. In other words, a strong AI is a complete entity, a computer program capable of becoming aware. But it's always just been a hypothesis. Plenty of experts don't think it's even possible. Sounds like something from a sci-fi movie, and you're working on something like that?
But...
Well, like I said, right now I'm just researching it. I've made lots of progress on the programming side and the intelligence development, but when it comes to actual awareness, it's still a long way off. It might even be impossible. Really?
You know?
I'm not sure how to put it, but no matter how well designed or complex a program is, no matter how closely the software can simulate the workings of the human brain, I don't think that's enough. If the program is only simulating thought, it will always be lacking something. Lacking?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could say a soul. If you could program or somehow pour your own soul into the software, maybe then a strong AI could be created. With a soul? Yeah, I know. It's not a programming term. I'm not even sure how it would work on a technical level. Sorry, forget I mentioned it.
You know?
Anyway, all I have right now is the theory. There's still lots of research left to do. Artificial intelligence is like a pretty tough subject, but I'm glad I got to hear about it. I wasted your time on another boring topic. You must have bored you to death, huh? No, the complete opposite. It was really interesting.
Huh?
You mean it?
Yay!
Okay, next time we talk, I want to hear about you. Oh, well, unlike you, I really am boring. No excuses, it's your turn next time. Okay. Yay! When she says it like that, I think the only way to refuse is if you're one of those soulless AI programs she mentioned. Report has updated. Your maximum number of skill points has increased. Look at me go. I don't even have the skills. Once you're all done, I head back to my room for a little while. It's nighttime, in a kitchen just like yours. Ahem.
Ahem. School announcement, school announcement.
This isn't the usual one.
Nighttime is quickly approaching, but before it arrives, all students, please gather in the gym immediately.
Okay.
Emergency! Emergency!
Alright. Gather in the gym? Why now all of a sudden? I really don't like the sound of this. I have a terrible feeling. Hold on. Don't have time to worry about the lint roller. To the gym! Oh. Hey, Makoto. Wait, I'm Makoto. Hey, Kyoko. Did you hear that announcement just now?
Indeed.
Yes. I don't want to go, but we don't have any other choice, right?
Right.
I can't imagine it's going to be good news, but it's not a good idea to defy him here and now.
Goodbye.
So I'm going on ahead. Really can't do anything except what Makana-kuma tells me. Doot. Doot. Hey, Mondo. You're a manly man that was manly.
Yo.
Hey, man. You about to head in? Yeah. Has everyone gone in already?
Shit.
Looks that way. I don't like it, but nothing good's gonna come from ignoring that goddamn bear. Mondo? You sure you're okay? You kinda went all out in that sauna.
What?
Huh? Who went all out? That shit doesn't even faze me!
Yo.
But you know, there at the edge of hell, a promise between men was waiting for me. Never saw it coming.
Yo.
Anyway, let's get our asses into the gym. Man, something unique must have happened between the two of them. We're not gonna talk about it. For it was between men. Dude. Alright. Let's-a go. Actually, I should probably pop into studio mode real quick, because I'm pretty sure we're getting close to some of that. Hey, Fumi. Hey, Fumi. How come you haven't gone in yet?
Why is
Mr. Naggy, don't scare me like that! Sorry, but we really should go inside. No, don't go. You can't go. That's what my ghost friend is telling me. I don't feel good about it either, but we can't just ignore this. Damn, that's true too. Guess we have no choice. I have to go too. Asking us together all of a sudden like this. What could he possibly want?
Well,
Indeed, what might await us this time? He keeps things interesting, that's for certain. How is that funny? Can't you smile like a normal person once in a while? Like how the housewife on a classic TV show smiles at the end of an episode.
what the heck?
There's something totally messed up with you if you can laugh at a time like this. Which of us is actually messed up? What's that supposed to mean? Nothing in particular, just admiring, that's all. I don't want to kill anyone, but I also don't want to stay here living in blind denial day after day. I was just admiring how you could live like that and still keep your sanity.
What is this?
I'm not in denial! That reminds me, remember how you kept talking about how the police or whoever would come to help us? How'd that turn out? Seems to me like there's no sign whatsoever of possible rescue.
Well,
That's just...
huh?
I wonder what actually happened.
Certainly.
That's strange, that's true. There's no way the police wouldn't know about it. Right here in the middle, we're right in the middle of a major urban area. God, man, that FFR seed really threw me off.
What?
The police suck! Hey, for once I agree with Ifumi. To the contrary, the mastermind may be just that powerful to take control even of the police.
Could it be?
Oh, this might not be related, but then don't say it. Nope, gonna say it.
It's not like some occult.
It's about last
mystery.
night. I was near the main hall, just staring off into space, when all of a sudden, I heard it.
Huh?
You heard what? A sound that I don't really know what it was. What kind of sound? Well, like I said, I don't really know. But if I had to describe it,
Could it be?
it was like a construction site, I guess. A construction site?
For serious.
I mean, I could just be making that up. I only just barely heard anything. Then you definitely made it up. It must just have been the sound of the ocean in that head of yours. Say what? What you talking about, Toko? Boop. It's our best friend. And by that, I mean, no one will notice a little murder. Wait, hold on, that's the whole point. He's arrived. What Hiro heard was the sound of construction, but it could have been an explosion! Huh? Or maybe a machine gun! Pooh! What kind of sound like construction in a way? What are you talking about? Beyond this point, my mouth is zipped, my lips are sealed, I am fully puckered! It's a secret little secret.
And?
Fine, then let's move on to what you can tell us. Why did you call us here?
Say what?
You don't beat around the old bush, do you? Ready for me to get to the point, huh?
If you
But before that, you mind if I vent a little? I'm low on energy these days. My stitching's even losing all its shine and luster. I'm thinking it's probably become of this ho-hum, boring old life. Or everyday life. I'm looking for something with a little more stimulation, something rife with danger and intrigue.
Yep.
Listen, can I just be frank?
Hey.
The next Blackened hasn't shown up yet, and I'm getting bored!
Hey.
So I've decided to come up with a new way to motivate you. Ugh, motivate? Is it another set of videos or something? Are you gonna show us some demented thing to try and drive us all to murder? Drive you to murder? What a mean thing to say! Just awful!
You hear me?
I don't know what you've got planned, but we're not going to kill each other anymore. No matter what you do, I swear to God we won't. That's very big talk. Do your very best to back it up, okay? Now then, with your permission, let me begin. So this time it's... embarrassing memories and secrets. So long as you're live, it's a given that there's things you don't want other people to know about you. So I did a little investigating of my own, and I dug out some of your darkest secrets.
And those embarrassing embarrassing memories and secrets are all contained in the envelopes I have right here. I'm going to hand them out now, so take a second to take a peek.
As Monokuma spoke, he tossed the envelopes at our feet. I quickly snatched the envelope with my name written on it. I nervously pulled out what was written inside, and my entire body suddenly went rigid. Makoto wet the bed until he was in 5th grade. What? How? How'd you find out about this? Everyone started talking at once. You have 24 hours! If someone doesn't become the Blackened by then, all your deepest, darkest, most embarrassingest secrets will be exposed to the world! Maybe I'll roll a crowded intersection in a van strapped with loudspeakers and spill the beans! Wouldn't that be so embarrassing? So that's what you meant by motivate. Yep, you got it! They're all pretty unpleasant, trust me. None of you want me to reveal that stuff, right? It's definitely something I'd rather people not know, but we'd never kill someone over something like that.
What?
What'd you say?
Count on it.
He's right, your plan is doomed to fail. No one's gonna murder someone for this kind of thing.
This is kind of depressing.
Oh, no. Is it because, for better or worse, your memory is still a way to connect to the outside world? I have stuff I wouldn't want anyone to know about no matter what, so I assumed you'd all be the same. Which is why I put so much effort into preparing this next motive. Man, you're saying you really won't kill each other over this stuff? That just sucks. Well, what can you do? Okay then, in 24 hours I'll expose all your secrets just to make myself feel a little better.
Okay.
So sad, so depressed, fare not well. With an almost convincing look of depression, dejection on his face, Monokuma receded into the gym's depths.
So,
I don't know didn't know what to expect first, but maybe we dodged a bullet on this one? I mean, yeah, having those secrets revealed is gonna be totally embarrassing. But that's seriously not enough to give someone a reason to kill, right?
Listen to me.
Good news, everyone! I have a brilliant idea!
You hear me?
Why don't we just confess the secrets in those envelopes right here and now?
Without a doubt.
If we do that, any and all motive for murder will vanish. That's pretty smart, right?
Quiet down and
Okay,
listen.
so my embarrassing thing is... I don't want to hear your stupid story. What? Besides, I don't want to talk about it. I don't care what anyone says. I don't want to talk about mine.
as for me...
Neither do I. Not because it is unpleasant, but because it is impossible.
Oh?
Well, it's just human nature to want to hear it when you say it's impossible. Come on, it'll be good for you. Absolutely not.
Come on.
It's okay, just a little bit.
Honestly.
As I said.
Here we go.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on!
Hey!
I said I don't want to talk about it, you human bag of lard!
Say what?
Ah! I agree with them. There's no need to discuss it. What do you think, Chihiro? I'm sorry. I don't really want to talk about it right now. But I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I could talk about it later? After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. If you don't want to talk, you don't have to. I'm not super excited to talk about it either.
That's true.
If everyone's that much against it, even if my bro's the one that suggested it, I gotta say no. Well, that's okay then. Either way, it's just a few secrets. I'm sure nobody's about to kill anyone over it. I hope you're right. A secret's so bad you'd kill someone to keep it. Nobody's got something like that, right? Okay, I'll stop with all the secret talk, but
You hear me?
each of us has 24 hours to get ready. Having our secrets exposed isn't going to be fun, but it's not like we're gonna die because of it. So you know, don't do anything hasty. The way you keep repeating it kind of makes me worry even more. Ugh, okay, sorry. I know it's gonna be tough, but...
This is a school announcement. It is as such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then, sweet dreams everyone. Good night, sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Nighttime already, huh? Well, let's call it a day.
Of course.
Good idea. We need to prepare for tomorrow. I was left with an anxiety I just couldn't shake, but we left things as they were, and left things as they lay. One by one, we headed back to our rooms. Secrets or memories you don't want anyone to know about. A way to connect us to the outside world. Honestly, all that crap Monokuma was spouting didn't have any effect on me. There's no way that anyone would kill over stuff like that. At least that's what I thought. But maybe I was just being optimistic. Which is probably why, without too much of a struggle... Jeez, I'm more tired than usual. Super tired day. I fell asleep. But what I didn't know is that even then, a tragedy was taking place. Monokuma Theater! The gun! Hey, do you have a second? I want to confide in you. It's about a prevailing world attitude right now. The difference between passive and active, I mean. For example, it's a difference between like, oops, I killed him, and yeah, that's right, I killed him. Amazingly, there are tons of people who don't understand the difference. Can you believe it? As an author, I do understand the difference. But there's a huge difference between oops and that's right. You know what I'm saying, right? Anyone can kill someone in the heat of the moment, but surprisingly few can do it with calculated intent. To make that choice, then to put it into action, it's way harder than just letting your emotions lead you. It's all about preparation, resolve. So maybe you're wondering, what's the point I'm trying to make?
Well, I'm not totally sure myself. Maybe you should try reading between the lines.
Morning? Good morning.
Good morning!
Ah! Nice reaction! I'm glad to see you didn't disappoint. What are you doing here?
Yep.
I wanted to spice things up, so instead of a school announcement, I decided to wake you up in person. What the hell for? Because it's fun. And as long as I'm here, I figured I'd let you hear it right from the bear's mouth. Hear what? Are you sure you should be acting this laid back? I mean, even though something happened to one of your buddy classmates? What?
Say what?
Ha ha ha! Your face is all blue, like someone on the verge of death. What happened? What are you talking about? That's for me to know and you to find out. Good luck! Something's happened to someone? Was it? No, it can't be. There's no way someone would. But what if? No, what ifs are pointless, especially now when... The dining hall. I need to get to the dining hall. Ah, Makoto. You okay?
Hey.
Did Monokuma talk to you too? Hiro, Hina, Sakura, and... Byakuya? You're the only ones here, where's everyone else? Either they're already off trying to verify what Monokuma said, or they've fallen victim to the something that Monokuma mentioned. The something?
Perhaps.
It can be. Has it happened again? Murder? After reading what Monokuma had to say, the worst possibility forced its way into my mind. I took everything I had to drive that thought away. So if something really did happen, does that mean someone did it because of what happened yesterday?
Huh?
It can't be. That stuff is just a bunch of old memories. Just old memories? Don't be so sure about that. Clearly, someone felt it was more important than that. Huh? To judge someone else's values based on your own work. Do you realize how dangerous that is?
What the heck?
What? Why didn't you say something yesterday?
Naturally.
Did you already forget? This isn't a co-op game. It's every man for himself. What good does it do to get out of my way to help you? Or, what good does it do me to go out of my way to help you? There we go.
The worst.
Stop saying that already. There's something wrong with him, for serious. Did he get brainwashed or something?
Wait.
That's not important. What matters right now is that we find out what happened.
That's fine.
She's right. Let's all split up and begin looking. The game is afoot. Okay. So trash room and the hall. Yes, Kaba, the despair! I was in a lot of despair after Final Fantasy, so... I don't know if we're gonna have the full 2 hours as normal, but we're gonna try.
So,
I knocked on all the doors, but nobody answered. Did they all go see what happened? Oh, then what about the second floor of the school? That's the one place that's new to us all, so it seems like a natural place for... Okay, he's in front of the gym. And he's in the library. Did I not win, daughter? No, I did not win. Toph kicked my ass multiple times. I was in it for like an hour. So I should have had a reasonable time, but I just got really bad luck over and over and over again. It was just a different thing every time. There doesn't appear to be anything here. What are you doing here, Sakura? Did you find something? Oh, no. It's just that, when you said the other day, it must have been lurking in the back of my mind. Huh?
Perhaps.
If something has happened, the killer might try to use this to destroy evidence again. I suppose that was floating around my subconscious and it led me here. Alright. Walking. Walking. That section of the second floor was cut off. Walking. Dude. Walking. I think, what's his name's here, right? Yeah. Hey, there he is. Literally 2 steps from me.
Yo,
Hey, Makoto, honestly, what do you think? About what?
for serious.
About Byakuya. Think he's being brainwashed or what? I don't know. You'd know more about that kind of thing than me, right? What? What's that supposed to mean? Well, I mean, you're some kind of psychic, right?
Hey.
Listen, Makoto, I think you've completely misunderstood what it is I do. Okay, listen, fortune-telling is like...
Well?
It's totally different from brainwashing or hypnosis or any of that pseudo-scientific bullcrap. I need you to understand that. So you expect me to think fortune-telling isn't pseudoscience? Sorry, but I don't want to get yelled at. We dip. Dude. Upstairs we go. Yeah, with a time of over 2 hours, I'm pretty sure I'm getting 5 points this week. Or this race. Byakuya. There's nothing here of interest, don't you agree? You should go look somewhere else. Fine. Be a bitch. Alright. Huh? The door's open, but are they supposed to be locked? Thanks.
For this investigation, I have unlocked the doors. Please look around to your heart's content.
Investigation?
It's all clear now.
Just as I thought. Byakuya?
I see.
Judging from what he said, there could be no doubt a murder really has taken place. Come on! And the locker rooms. They're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious? Right, hold on. Ugh. Seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room. Byakuya just wants to go into the girls' locker room. He was muttering, as if talking only to himself. Without waiting for a reply, he pressed his hand against the girls' locker room door. And swung open without a sound. In that moment, time seemed to freeze. Bloodlust. Oh my. What? Dude. Can I view what was previously said? Because that zipped by really quickly. Dude. A wild, almost primeval scream escaped from my mouth. Deadly life! Danganronpa. Which means transition to deadly life! Deadly Kasumi, begin! I tried to suppress my scream, but it was useless. It surged out of me, like water from a spring gushing out of the ground. Byakuya, on the other hand.
Very strange.
Most unusual, don't you think? It was total calm, almost like he was watching this all unfold in front of a TV screen.
I see.
Look, Chihiro's corpse has been suspended somehow. And something's written on the wall in blood. Bloodlust? Such a brutal way to kill someone. No, this is beyond brutal. Wouldn't you agree? They killed her. How could it not be brutal? No, that's not my point. Oh, fucking hell! Unlike with Sayaka, this murder is not a crime of passion or necessity. It's almost as if whoever did this did it for fun. You see what I mean, don't you? What? My head was swimming, still reeling, so confused to understand what he's trying to say. You know what it is I forgot that this has, my actual buttons correct. Before I could even begin to clear my head.
The heck?
Hey, I heard screaming! Did something... Ah! Chihiro!
A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Yay! What the hell was that?
What?
Ah, that's right. You were unconscious during Sayaka's, so you don't know about it. What you just heard was the body discovery announcement. Apparently, when 3 or more people discover a body, an announcement plays to let everyone know. I imagine it's so that the search for the culprit can proceed fairly for everyone involved. Proceed fairly? The body discovery announcement! Then Chihiro really is...
Naturally.
dead, yes. Before you start screaming your head off, go around, round everyone up. Seems another game has begun. Another life or death game to uncover a killer. Taka bolted out of the locker room, and everyone made their way to the scene. It felt as if no time at all had passed. It was like my sense of time had just taken wing and flown away. When I finally came back to myself, I saw everyone had the same look of confusion, fear, and anger. We all just stood there, gathered around Chihiro's body.
Damn.
I couldn't keep her safe. So there's another victim. Which means we are now in the same position once again. Fuck, man. What the fuck is this? It's a dream. This is a dream. It's all just a dream. In fact, I haven't even been born yet. I don't have any memory of ever being alive. Shut up. Alright. There's more things to worry about now than the dumbbell. Hey, Mondo.
Just a second.
Wait,
Hey,
there's something written on the wall. Doesn't that concern you? On the wall?
just, hey.
Yes, I... Okay, no, they're fake. Real fake people.
Hey.
Wait, look at the wall. Are these letters? On the wall? Alright, fine. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood.
So,
I just think it's kind of... I don't think it's any kind of dying message. It's just too strange. But you know, the thing about writing bloodlust in blood, doesn't it sound kind of familiar? A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. At the scene of each crime, the word bloodlust is written on the victim's own blood. They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And that... what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? Genocide Jack! Genocide Jack, the murderous fiend whose grisly attacks were famous all around the country? The ultimate murderous fiend creating a reputation of abnormal, downright cruel killings.
what is this?
Then this is some copycat killer trying to imitate Genocide Jack's style? But why would anyone do that? Perhaps it's the work of the real Genocide Jack. What? Wait, are you saying Genocide Jack is here in the school?
No way!
There's no way! But going so far as to write bloodlust at the scene, I am surprised at their stupidity.
Well.
I can't imagine a worse situation than dealing with a stupid murderer. Ah! What is it now? Toko! He was pointing towards the entrance to the girls' locker room. Ah! Toko was the last to arrive, and now she was just standing there. No! Why? 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 She fainted. That did not sound good. Toko! Hina rushed over to the collapsed Toko and started trying to shake her awake. Toko, are you okay? Come on, wake up! Oh, that's right. I just remembered what she said. About how she faints anytime she sees blood.
Oh,
So she is hemophobic. I imagine she does not watch too many horror films then. This isn't a violation of the rules, right? I mean, technically she passed out somewhere besides her room. No, I think it should be okay. The regulations prohibit sleeping, like on purpose. Ah, so since she didn't faint on purpose, it doesn't count. Gotcha!
just a second.
Toko, can you hear me? Hey, you gotta wake up! As if she didn't hear, then heard her, Toko suddenly shot awake. As in, she literally jumped up from where she was laying. It was such a strange reaction, I was at a total loss for words. She leapt straight into the air, changing her stance as she did. In no time flat, she was just standing up. Ignoring the physical contortions she had to go through, her motions were totally haphazard. Huh? What? Sorry about that, I was just so shocked, you know? It happens, right? Was I the only one? Toko, are you okay? I'm fine, I'm fine. Yeah! Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead?
What the heck?
She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and a back, a top, inning, and a bottom. A sea of truth and a web of lies.
Well,
She is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different. No, everything's fine. At least the stutter's all gone. That's the good thing, right?
I see.
It's clear to me that everything is not fine. Your eyes seem strangely vacant. It might be best if we take her back to her room for the time being. I don't mind taking her, but could someone help me? If you need help, I don't mind. Taka, can you help me? Well, she totally ignored me! Very well. You take care of the girl, and the rest of us can begin the investigation right away. Can I assume nobody has a problem leaving Sakura and Mondo on guard duty again? Hold on a second. Rushing to an investigation? The mastermind isn't behind that. After what happened last time, surely you realize that. Ugh.
Don't make me repeat.
There is no question that Chihiro was murdered by someone among us. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Of course.
Right as rain! But don't take it as a bad thing, it's just a fact of life! Because that's how graduation works! Then it happened again. Is that what you're saying? That another one of us killed a fellow classmate? What? Does that freak you out? You guys got no balls, you know that? Is there just nothing down there at all? Well, I'll let you pray to mine if you want. Actually, I don't have any either. Sorry.
Stop talking.
Stop monologuing and give us what you came here to give us. You did bring it, right? I sure did, chum.
It's the Monokuma File.
I know how much you must be looking forward to it.
See ya later.
So please do your very tippy-top best on this investigation.
no way!
Do we really gotta do another investigation? Examining the corpse of one of our friends. Having to suspect all our other friends.
Why?
I hate this. I can't take it anymore. I hate it too. I've had enough. I'm getting out of here. Where do you plan on going? There's nowhere to run.
Such.
Just accept it already. After all, blood is just a liquid. A dead body is a simple object. You are very enthusiastic about all of this, are you not?
Naturally.
How can I not be? If we don't unmask the culprit, we all die. That's true, but to jump into it so soon...
What?
What? Do you want to die?
Such.
Fine.
ignorance.
Then go off and die somewhere. Right now. Go ahead. You're a waste of space.
Damn
Dead
you!
body is an object?
Piece of shit!
Chihiro wasn't an object! Show a little respect or I'll beat some into ya!
Calm down.
Everyone stop bickering. Listen, there's some truth in what Byakuya said. Kyoko!
Because
If we don't solve the mystery and find the killer, our own lives are forfeit. And if Byakuya is right that Genocide Jack is somehow the one who killed Chihiro,
that's right.
then unless we do something, more victims could start piling up. Forget more victims! If we mess this up, we're all dead meat!
Hey, hey.
Oh, hold on! If that's your worry, you don't gotta worry any longer! In any one killing game, the guilty party may only kill a maximum of 2 people. What? I don't remember any rule like that.
Actually,
I just came up with it. I mean, if one person went around and killed everyone, your lovely little student life would be all over, right? A new rule has been added to the regulations menu.
So then.
In that case, why not limit it to 1 person?
hey.
Well, in a good mystery, you don't want to miss out on at least the potential from a serial killer angle. No! Just one would totally murder that possibility.
Punishment is
Farewell for
waiting
now.
for
I'll
you.
catch you guys at the class trial. I can't say I understand his thinking, but if we can kill up to 2 people, then one more person's life could still be in danger. Which is
Interesting.
definitely not good. We need to uncover the culprit before something else happens.
You son of a bitch!
You need to shut the fuck up!
So,
Well, for now, Taka and me are gonna drop Toko off in her room. Nice. I'm gonna get dropped off.
there is nothing to be done.
We have no time to stand around here. We must begin our investigation tout de suite. If we do not solve the mystery of who killed Chihiro,
Is that okay?
then we will quickly follow her into the afterlife. That's true. I hate this, but if we want to survive, me and everyone else, we have to do it. We don't have any other choice. Investigate! First of all, better check the Monokuma file to see exactly what's going on. The victim is Chihiro Fujisaka. The time of death is estimated to be around 2 a.m. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the second floor of the school. The cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. That's all it says. Well, it's not like there's any point in complaining about it. No matter what, I gotta do what I gotta do. God damn, she was killed just before I got to share my information with her. Monokuma File 2 has been added to the Truth Bullet section. Hey Makoto, do you have a second? Huh? Did you need something from me?
Naturally.
Of course. Life without purpose is quite dull, you know. So what do you need? I'm going to let you cooperate with me during my investigation. Huh?
What?
I'm purchasing your talent, the same talent which allowed you to solve Sayaka's case. Solve? No, I just...
Stop talking.
You seem to have some limited use, which is why I've chosen you. You have the honor of contributing to my investigation. So you're inviting me to come with you. You're doing it on the most arrogant way possible, though.
Let's go.
Now then, shall we get started? But we need to get moving. There's no time to be standing around. I really don't know what just happened, but it looks like I'll be working with Byakuya on this one. Oop. I use this locker room all the time. Now it's become the site of Chihiro's death. But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, could she have been killed somewhere else than carried here? She was very light, that's true. It wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her, but still. I think she came here on her own by choice. Let me say that. She's been taking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger. So you're saying she came here to exercise? But according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was found killed around 2 in the morning. Would she really be exercising that late?
Perhaps.
Hino or myself were usually in the locker room during the day, so she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it? Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. So you can only assume she was trying to avoid us. And instead, she came to exercise in the middle of the night.
However,
Perhaps, but it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. So you're saying she could have come here in the middle of the night to train in secret? But that she also would have come with someone else. That is a possibility, I think. Sakura's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of my handbook. There's a dumbbell on the floor, and it's a bloodstain. It's a bloodstain on the dumbbell. Monokuma says that a blow to the head with a blunt object is what killed her. Does that mean this dumbbell was actually the murder weapon?
Right.
I don't imagine it could have been anything else. Doot. Doot. There's a fresh bloodstain on the carpet. Must have been splattered blood during the murder. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood. What's the meaning behind bloodlust? Poster's got some blood on it. Must have happened during the murder. Hey, Mondo. Dude had a real complex about being weak. You heard Chihiro talk about it, right? All I need to get stronger. Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once. Sure did, which I guess explains the trip down here. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl, after all. Most girls aren't that strong. I don't know, man. Haven't really thought about that stuff. Cause of Chihiro's complex. Can't help but wonder what that might be. Mondo's account. Now I believe it's about time for us to move on. Well, already? I haven't talked to everyone yet.
What?
New clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case. That's true, but
Let's go.
if you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed. He's so pushy. I got caught up with the wrong person this time. I want to hang out with Kyoko again. So this is our next location. And this place is related to the investigation? Figure it out yourself. It's no fun if you don't, right? You just wanted me to do all the work. Maybe this gun was used. No, impossible. If that's true, she would have been riddled with holes. Bunch of different pool-related items on the shelf that have nothing to do with the case. Flotation donut. I think it's related to Chihiro. If I remember right, this card reader is meant to work with our handbooks, right?
What?
Do you have an issue with it? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma. He said that quickly and sharply clapped his hands together.
Did you call for me?
You called for me? Has he been domesticated?
That's right.
Seems that Makoto has a question for you.
You need something?
Sure, what's up? Well, it's just about this card reader.
Yep.
Yes, the card readers have been designed to interface with each of your e-handbooks. You can only enter the locker room corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook. And it's impossible for 2 people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct? If there were some sort of erotic terrorist on the prowl, the ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter. And the school regulations prevent anyone from lending someone else their e-handbook, correct?
Of course.
Correct! And so then, that means only girls can go in the girls' locker room, and only boys can go in the boys' locker room. In other words, Shiro's body being found in the girls' locker room means... Hey Makoto, I can see right through you. See right through me? Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since Chihiro was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in there.
So in other words,
As such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right?
such
Good
ignorance.
lord, you're simple. But am I wrong? You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer's been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is completely fine. Yo-ho-ho! I would expect nothing less from the prodigal son of the noble Togami family. So if you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations... Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things. Yeah, you're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course I am! Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore, they're things!
Yep.
Get it? Got it? Good! Wait, hold on, you're saying that's a loophole, but... In order to borrow something from someone, then that means they would have to loan it, so... So sleepy! Just listening to you makes me want to pass out, be more like Byakuya and get your poop together! Or else I'll charge you with criminal negligence! No more questions, figure out the rest in your own damn self!
That's fine.
Well, I know you're unfortunately lacking in mental faculties, so I'll fill you in myself. Let's head to the main hall. The main hall? That'll help you understand what's going on. Card reader's been added to the truth bullets. Dude, can't we stop for like 6 seconds? We came to the main hall. So what are we looking for here? Does that mean I have to figure it out for myself? Surveillance camera and the switch, let me assume gun attached to it. So chilling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a mailbox here. Could be something inside. It's an e-handbook? No, wait, there's 3 of them. What are they doing here? So you finally found them. Huh? Did you know these were here, Byakuya? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of dead students get delivered to this mailbox. So then these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka? You can go ahead and confirm it yourself. I immediately turned to the handbooks, or turned on one of the handbooks, and when I did... Of course it would be Sayaka's. You're right, this is Sayaka's handbook. Now do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer's been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. I see. Yeah, now I understand. Main hall e-handbooks is added to the truth bullet section of my handbook.
What?
Hold on a second. What's wrong?
Very strange.
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on. It's broken? Whose is it? The other handbook showed Junko's name when I started it up. Then the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
I see.
It would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Pummeled with baseballs? The memory of it came flooding back. The ironic death! That cruel punishment which led to Leon's death. The execution that the mastermind concocted. A cruel, heartless death. You're right. It wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault.
Damn it!
Hey, hey! Hey, 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 hey!
Now
Hey!
I'm really angry!
What? That e-handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily. But it did.
That's impossible!
If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break. If it can withstand up 10 tons of pressure, it's waterproof to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with, it wouldn't do crap. But even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point. It does?
I can't hear
But it's a
you.
secret! I wouldn't want to go breaking any more handbooks!
What?
Then Leon must have broken it somehow without someone realizing its weakness was, right? Hard to say! You know what I think? I think his handbook isn't actually broken.
What?
But you might ask, how could that be? Leaving the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. What just happened? Monokuma said it was not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it's not turning on.
That's fine.
Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now. You think so? Either way, something about it still bothers me. Broken e-handbook is added to the truth bullet section. Now then, this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit. Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chihiro. To be exact, not quite. Huh? Not quite. Nothing else to check here, so what's not quite, Byakuya? What do you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite. Certainly I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. Then you truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro?
Don't make me repeat
Absolutely. I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case. That murderous fiend is Genocide Jack, right?
What?
There's nobody else it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. They're like a ghost attacking suddenly and slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? Genocide Jack. They say he's killed thousands of people, but that's gotta be an urban legend. Still, could one of us really be a demented psychotic killer like that? You're not wrong to wonder. But words mean little right now. I have something that will prove it, and I can show it to you. Then show me! What do you mean by that? Dude.
Don't make me repeat myself.
I have a basis to believe that. I assure you, Genocide Jack is one of us. Is there really proof? There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence you need.
It's all clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro. Evidence doesn't something like that really... hey, you two! Big trouble, need your help!
I don't have time to
We're
play
busy,
with you.
leave us alone. But it's an emergency! Emergency! Come on, please, you gotta help me! What's up, Ivy?
Please.
This is a serious emergency. Please, you gotta help me. Just calm down, okay, Hina?
I mean,
But it's an emergency. An emergency? What happened?
well,
Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. Well, I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do, Byakuya?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit I'm intrigued. I suppose we can take a second to see what's going on with her. Are you sure?
Don't make me repeat
Don't make me repeat myself. I didn't expect that. I thought for sure he'd just say no and that'd be the end of it.
yeah.
Okay, come on, hurry! Wait for us, Hina.
Let's go.
Looks like she said it to the dorms. To Toko's room, most likely. You're right.
Such ignorance.
You're talking to the wrong person, you waste of space. Man. Alright. You guys are too slow! I think you're just too fast. So what's this emergency?
So,
Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, see how she was doing, but when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out. She kept saying all this weird stuff. Weird stuff.
That's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea. I may as well give it a shot. The door swung open, slowly and silently. Holy crap! The aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
What? Oh, nothing. It's just that, Hina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But, could you open up, just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Huh?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control.
And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that? She's been acting like that the whole time, when I rang a little while ago. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend. It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door, but it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Choco was scared enough to even bar her door? Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think the serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that what Toko's so scared?
But
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Yo, Senpai. Hit it up. Hey, Byakuya, do you think you could ask her? To come out of her room, I mean.
That's fine.
Sure, whatever. Huh? You're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess you can be nice when you want to. Byakuya stood in front of her door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. After a few moments...
What do you want?
Leave me alone! You're all so annoying! Byakuya... Bacula!
It's Byakuya.
I'm sorry. I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. And with that, the door slammed shut. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Hold on! Hey, Byakuya, what was what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise?
What?
Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. But
Stop talking.
if I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Oh yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well, then, let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. But Byakuya! I hurried to catch up. Tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking towards his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library? Come on, let's go in. Alright, well. Life's not hard when you've got a library card. There are no clues there. I would check elsewhere. No point checking there. We need to find real clues. Knock it off! What does a desk lamp matter right now? There's no point checking there. We need to find real clues. Okay, dude, if you're gonna bring me here... Fine. What's up? Is the evidence that proves it was Genocide Jack really in the library?
Don't make me repeat.
Don't make me say it again. Okay, fine. Dude. 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 Okay. Alright.
Don't make me repeat my...
Remember the other side of this door. It's the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Oh, here?
Let's go.
That'll make sense once you're inside. I haven't been in the archive yet. Whoa, there's so many books and files. And so much dust, too.
So in other words...
I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. There's so many files stuffed in the shelves. What's in all these
That's
things?
enough.
Those documents are dangerous. Dangerous? They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner. You mean, like, members of the Diet or something? No, I mean the ones with real power. The secret council control everything from the shadows. The Illuminati! You're ready to disappear for it. Take a look. There's some very interesting people in there. You're just kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let that go for now. There's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the one I saw Byakuya using in the library before.
What?
You have a problem with that lamp? It was here before when I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought put it to good use. Kern! It's a wooden box, it's empty. Although, judging by the smudges and the dust, it looks like there was something inside. Wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. Proves it was very useful while I was in the library. Extension cord, huh? Shelf stuff tight with files. So that was the thing about it. I picked one at random. Oh, you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file, huh?
That's right.
That's the report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshair you might wind up in just peeking at it. Without making a sound, I return the file to the shelf. It's not a thick file stuffed in the bookshelf. If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those file things are full of graphic, disturbing photos of all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. Be careful. Huh? What do you mean? All those files are the investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. Oh. So, are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in this library is because of this room right here. It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be for real, right?
Such ignorance.
That's your guy's problem. Anything that doesn't fit with your preconceived reality, you label as a lie. No, it's not that. It's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but, I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together? I suppose it goes to show you just how much power Hope Speak truly wields, or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted us to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use. I can't keep up with this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? You still can't believe it? What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Like, things like that are usually impossible. What do you mean, usually? Usual, normal, ordinary, simple. Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they exactly represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you can consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there is no doubt. Oh, hold on a second. You saying you've read all these documents, and more than once? But all this has to be like top-secret confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Huh? Members of the Tagami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How's that possible?
So, in other
I already
words-
told you, there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council. And I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim without a doubt that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than an actual mastermind. And always interested me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through these reports has always been a hobby of mine, ever since I was little. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of these cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
That's right.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding Genocide Jack cases has been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. And the second is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written in blood and the victim's body is suspended? It's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro. Save your surprise, the best part's yet to come. For the second characteristic, where the victims are suspended, the only ones who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. Huh? In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about this aspect of the crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse, her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So, how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
So, in other
The culprit
words-
isn't a copycat killer, it's the real Genocide Jack.
In other words...
That's right. There is evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. Then Genocide Jack really is... such a brutal, fiendish killer really is walking around among us?
Interesting.
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such reputation would become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret a clue or two.
Such ignorance.
If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. It's not the Kyle, stuck at the bookshelf. All those files and investigation reports are... Yes. Byakuya, about the Genocide Jack case file, could you let me see it?
That's fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it out with you. Byakuya handed me the file and flipped through it with tense nervousness. Suddenly, my hand stopped. I had reached the page where photos from the scene of each crime had been collected. The names of Genocide Jack's victims ran for several pages. Ken Harada, 32, Tetsuro Honda, 17, Shoji Gaku, 23, Kano Ize, 14, Take Yoshida, 30, or Takeshi Yoshida, Komatsuna Taro, Takafumi Gono, Uchida Naohisa, Takashi Masamune, Yuto Yumejima. There was no end to it. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All of the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way. At the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust is left in the victim's own blood. Now take a look at the next page, and you'll find another interesting tidbit. The next page? Profiling results? All the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student? Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was any external reason for this. This confusing behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder?
So, in other words...
The key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. A split personality, like the kind of thing you see on TV? So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story? And this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up until now? Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind's gone numb. Genocide Jack case file has been added to the Truth Bullet section of the handbook.
Let's go.
Alright, we should get going soon. Huh? Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We've finished our business here, haven't we? But wait! Byakuya! As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Huh? Just all of a sudden like that?
I don't have time to...
Come on, enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the whole time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own.
Goodbye.
Well, goodbye. And just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he asked me to join him, he cut me off. In the end, I felt like it was just some plaything getting tossed around. At the same time, I uncovered something really important clues thanks to him. Genocide Jack. He's the one that killed Chihiro. And that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find that out, no matter what it takes. And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. And the others might have come up with some info I might find useful while I'm at it. Need to find out everything I can. Dude, who's where? I wish the map was, like, less chonky, but I acknowledge because it's for the teleporting. Well, the locker rooms is where most people are. The warehouse and the dining hall. And upstairs, they are apparently not important. Alright, well, we're here. Let's go to the pool last. Dude. Let me guess, you've got, nothing?
Huh?
Oh, hey, Makoto. What's up? I haven't been up to anything myself, that's for sure. Definitely haven't looked inside that mailbox. Junko Leon's dude. Is this lone? Yeah. Dude. Alright. There you are, Taka. How are you doing?
How unfortunate.
Maybe we should have confessed our embarrassing secrets after all. Damn it, I'm sorry, Chihiro. It's all because I wasn't strong enough. Where else in the dining hall? Gotta go I gotta, like, full Doom movement, go diagonal. The Despair Hotel. The smoothest of jazz. Oh, Hina, how's Toko doing? Same as before, she won't come out. She just keeps on mumbling something about Genocide Jack. So I just left her here. You left her? My head was all swimmy. I was getting pretty hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, but don't worry, I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. Speaking of which, what are you eating? A donut, of course. Of course. There's two things I'm sure God created. Outer space and donuts. Really? I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe was her one big regret. Oh, I should have tried to spend more time with her. Think of it. Who did she spend time with?
Well,
Yeah, she was a little bit strange. Didn't really hang out with the other girls much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
yeah, totally.
Yep, it's true. It wasn't just us either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls. Was she just shy? I don't know, she talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex? Oh, wait, maybe she was used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by the cover, right? You think so? I never really saw her as that kind of girl. I always account to the truth bullets section. Yeah, I hate what I know. Dude. Celeste, what are you doing here? This warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case?
Most unfortunate.
I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but I see it was pointless. Then you did find something? Very well, I will tell you, and only you.
Actually,
Last night, I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse. What, really?
indeed.
This was right before nighttime.
What are you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Yes, indeed.
I assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule, none of this would ever have happened. You get what you deserve, I suppose. So apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. But the strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying, which would mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. Celeste's account has been added to the truth bullet section. Alright. Now we go to the gym. It's nice having so much fewer friends to worry about. We just get to talk to, like, 5 people and we're good. Da-da, 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 da-da. Alright. Whoop. K-turn. Hey, Hifumi. Hifumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit.
I feel as if
Another stat increase for me. Evidence? What did you find? I cannot reveal that just yet. But I guarantee that what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs. Are you sure about that?
I
Is that a real gun? Well. Dude. Hold on. Huh? This poster. It's a popular board game called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite fit in the boys' locker room. Huh? Strange stain on the carpet. What is it? Boys' locker room carpet has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Toot. Toot. Maybe there's some kind of clue in the lockers. That's not. Leave the pool. Leave the locker room. Investigate. I would like to make a clue token. I will pay 2 mana to tap it. And there's a bloodstained poster, so it's a noteworthy part, but the big breasted swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. Girls' locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd find something like this. Oh, but wait, that reminds me, the poster in the other locker room is... That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band. In the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. Could the posters have been switched? But if they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker rooms. Dude. Dude. Let's stain on the carpet. The bloodlust sign. Dude. Dude. Alright, Mondo, you've been watching stuff. Dude had a real complex about being weak. What Chihiro talk about, right? All I need to do is get stronger. Yeah. Dude. Chihiro's complex, where did that come from? Hey Kyoko, made any progress on your investigation? Generally speaking.
However,
But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? What is it?
well,
Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder. But
so then.
before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time, thoroughly. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts.
Goodbye.
That's it. I'll be praying for your success. With that, Kyoko turned and left. Well, take a little look at the body. And her handbook is missing? Dude. Spent the whole time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura?
of course.
I've used it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Hina and I use it together. Okay, then let me ask you something. Do you think this poster in the boys' and girls' locker room could have been switched?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can't really say. I never really paid any attention to the posters. I see.
However,
But there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. You have protein coffee? In the warehouse. It's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room and it left a stain. A stain? But I don't see any stain on the carpet now.
of course.
Exactly. I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, isn't it unusually clean? As if there was never a stain there to begin with. Disappearing stain has been added to the truth book section. Well, I should examine the body one more time. Should thoroughly, but I do have my limits. Well, give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. The rope is used to prop her up, something at a crucifix position. Huh? The rope is a plug? Wait, so then it isn't a rope at all. But the more I think about it, the more it's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fingers is below to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right. There's the issue of her being suspended and the fatal blow. At first, I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. But seeing them again after looking through the Genocide Jack file, something's not quite right. What does this all mean? Status of the dead body's been added to the truth bullet section. Well, the one thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. And to figure that out, there's a certain place I need to revisit and look over again. Plus, it might help to look at that Genocide Jack case file one more time. Dude. You gonna tell me your information, Ifumi? Man, he's got so many levels from me talking to him. We should hang out with him next, even though I hate everything about him. Roll for dodge. Drift. Doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. Wooden box is empty. Extension cord was in here before. I want to take another look at the Genocide Jack case file. It was around here somewhere. Huh? It's gone! Did someone take it out of the archive? But the only one to do something like that, can't think of any Byakuya. Thick layer of dust on top of this desk. Some kind of clue here. Guess not. Huh? Light won't turn on. Ah, it's not plugged in. This cord's not long enough to reach the outlet from here. It's definitely on. Definitely right here. Oh, that's right. Byakuya was using an extension cord. There's no extension cord here now. Wonder if... Library desk lamp was added to the truth section. The lamp! He kept pushing me away from the lamp! He's trying to throw me off the scent.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in?
What if I need more investigation time, Monokuma? Did you think about that?
It's the moment you've all been waiting for! The class trial!
We do love ourselves a good class trial around here.
You remember where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
Begin the class trial, or it's about to begin. The red door, it's right there. Alright. Get the red hair going. Ahem! So is everyone ready to what? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is... Really don't remember? Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of this class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie. I'll go ahead and drag her out here, kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. And just like that, just like he said, a few minutes later, she reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. Terrible, you're terrible. Whew, now everyone's here, right? Hey, okay then, hustle onto the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. Hey, Byakuya. I gave you plenty to work with. Show us how far your logic can take you. There is something odd about Toko's behavior. I do not think mere shock is enough to explain it. I guess I wasn't much help at all, this one. Hey, Mondo.
Hey, come on.
Fucking Toko. Man, what's got her so worked up? I don't know what the killer did or why they did it, but I'm sure I'll work itself out. Justice always prevails, right, bro? Miss Fujisaki. I must admit, for being 3D, she was quite remarkable. Of course, just the idea of being 3D makes me cringe. Don't kill the part of you that cringe. No, wait, no, kill the part of him that cringes. He's kind of weird. Shall we begin?
Well then.
I will uncover the villain who performs such heinous acts on a weaker individual. You ready? We doing this? Alright, down we go. We have no choice, right? We have to do this.
True.
Yes. I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked towards the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions. Couldn't stop speculating. Steelbox sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation, until finally, it came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I redecorated! Isn't this so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with. Good, good! You're rip-raring to go! Gotta say, I don't hate it! Not at all!
Well,
Okay then, let's get this show on the road! Cricket, get the bags!
thrills,
Everyone,
thrills,
please find your
thrills.
assigned seats! And so, the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Alright, set some skills. So we got downshift. Reduces my aim speed, effective during non-stop debate, and the Hangman's Gambit. That's probably going to be helpful. Increase the speed of memorizing the statement, effective during the non-stop debate. Sure. Just load it all up. Alright, let's open the handbook. We got everything we need? Yep, I think we do. Alright, let's finish our prep. Trial, all rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment.
Yep.
But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
First we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. Alright. Load the gun! Make my argument. Genocide Jack case file, locker room dumbbell.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
There we go.
No, that's not.
Good thing I forgot my buttons, because I would have shot something by accident.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell? Found at the scene of the crime?
Found at the scene of the crime.
It was covered in blood. and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell.
Caved in the skull.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
Yep.
You looked at her head wound?
Yeah?
Yay! That's so creepy!
Sometimes it's the A.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack. Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added to non-stop debates. Would I like to hear more? Absolutely! For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the A button to attach a silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease, so take careful aim when you have your silencer out. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. In which case, you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Well then, good luck, have fun! I went mean, so we're gonna have probably a lot of white noise. Alright, let's get that case file.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
No, what's wrong?
Got her! Wait. Sniped.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
Yeah.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail.
Exceeding detail.
According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
Hifumi, no. We don't talk about my work here.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
How it's positioned.
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it?
I mean, it's in our library.
There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
He lied.
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle? Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
It's fine. It does seem like a riddle in a way, but I feel like I can just about see it. Genocide Jack is Toko, but isn't Toko. What does it mean? The Hangman's Gambit. Dude. Schizophrenia.
Now I understand.
Your choice of word, Makoto, was not the appropriate one, but you know what? Fine.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file, too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
Oh. One thing that shows Toko could have split personality. Dude. Her behavior changed.
You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
I'm fine, I'm fine. Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world is a front and a back, a top inning and a bottom. A sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Yeah, it checks out with what she said. I won't let Genocide Jack have control. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
Yeah, come on, Toko.
Said you wouldn't tell anyone. What? You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
Ooh, calling her out.
Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it,
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
Damn, he laid in thick.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person? You don't mean
Toga's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second...
Hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
Yay! Genocide Jill!
What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
Should go to Jill.
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
I like her more.
So intense.
I may have an unhealthy attraction to dangerous women.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Do we really know her that well, Sakura?
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie.
I'm just saying she's got a tongue for, the feminine persuasion.
Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack? This is beyond insane!
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
No, she won't go out with you.
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Uh-huh.
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless!
So very powerless.
I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Yeah.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe. Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all of this. Alright, what do we got? Make your argument. The desk lamp, status of the dead body, the disappearing stain.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
Oh! What do you think, there's some mistake looking in what I said?
Shoot.
Dang it! That's my first miss.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
Get those seconds
You
back.
say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Alright.
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
What statements can I hit here?
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Yeah, fine.
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
Nope, fuck.
Shoot. Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
Come on. Dang it!
Shoot. Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up.
I'm gonna die! Dude.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare...
Huge. Okay. So what do we have for our 3 things? We have the stain, the lamp. What's our 3rd one? Status of the body?
The modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
Dude.
Sorry.
Nope. Is that say something funny, did I?
Shoot.
Dude. Yeah, there is a contradiction.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
I'm gonna die.
If you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
I shot that with that the first time! Well, now we have no health.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about
Multiple
the
stab
noodles,
wounds
the
across the
sauce,
body believed to have been
everything.
inflicted with the same scissors that are later used to attach the victim to the wall.
But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide
Yes.
Jack cases and this one.
One clear difference between the murder is the fatal injury. There, we got a half heart left.
The cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method?
Yeah?
And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
Oh, please.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Mmm, pesto.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
No, they're the same thing.
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
She's right. The second difference related to how it was suspended. What was used to suspend her?
I got it! Do you
A whole
remember
heart.
what the killer used to suspend her?
Yay, we've got one chance.
They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them.
Scissors.
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Oh.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Well, as long as I'm big.
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
Well, hello.
Pattern.
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Hello, Binks. Let's see. There's a pattern starting the Genocide Jack victim. Chihiro didn't fit it? I think I need to figure out what it is. Because Chihiro was a girl.
Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye, right on the money!
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Binks. Kanharada, Honda, Gaku, Issei, Yoshida, Taro, Gono, Nahida, Masumu, Yuji. Yeah, there was no end to it.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it!
Oh.
But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged man-madam!
Yay!
So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid.
Yeah.
I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explored your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it.
Oh.
It's a different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in order to survive.
I mean...
Quiet, lolly cur!
Lowly? Cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival.
Yeah.
And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell? Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Yeah, but she has a sewing kit.
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that? Da-da-da-da!
Yep.
She's fully equipped.
That's right, so I can kill anywhere, anytime. Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you. Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
I hate to say it, but yes.
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Uh-huh. Wait, hold on. There is one person. One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Select someone. Byakuya.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you've already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, haven't
Yep.
you?
Ah, got him!
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Thanks.
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
Oh!
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Oh!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
My response is a Binks in the way.
So now the suspicion falls on me.
Rightfully so, Byakuya.
Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
And the locker rooms? They're suspicious, very suspicious indeed, wouldn't you agree? Suspicious. Seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary,
Yeah.
there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
Yay! And I'll get a Binks in the lap. There's a clear contradiction with what Byakuya just said. Need to make it clear to everyone. New element has been added. God damn it! Stop adding new things! Sure. Next we're going to add something called a truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the Y button, then you'll memorize the weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it'll disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have an answer or a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. What's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun! GLHF. Despair. The Monokuma file. Well.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room...
I thought you only liked 2D, Hifumi.
That's a natural reaction for any guy.
Despair.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
You wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay. Yes.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Yeah, we hadn't found the body yet.
But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room, you absolutely take it.
Silence it.
A natural reaction for any guy.
Hifumi.
The victim was Chihiro.
No, that's wrong.
There we go.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim
This
was.
pair.
So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Oh.
Huh?
What's wrong?
This
Is that
pair.
it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
Damn it, now I want a pair.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The difference between this case and the other Genocide Jack murders. Proof Byakuya is responsible? It's hidden in there? What could it be? Alright, what do we got? Make my argument. The desk lamp, Celeste's account, disappearing state.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right. It absolutely was.
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Yeah, don't try so hard, buddy. Gotcha! Gotcha, bitch!
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder.
Yeah, and you had me try to not look at the lamp.
And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Yeah.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Yeah.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait. What was that just now? Something's not right. Byakuya's remark just now. There's something in it. Scene of the crime.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right?
Yeah.
But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown.
Wow. Fuck it, kill him. We'll all die. I'm fine with it.
She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene?
Yeah, Byakuya.
That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Yeah, because I'm better at you. Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up until now, maybe Byakuya had never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. Just need to focus. Fuck, those things got switched. Dude.
I got it!
Yay, I'm almost to full health again.
Proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
Yeah!
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel.
Woo!
But don't you think that's kind of strange?
Nah, I'm good. I put it in there because I had to use the girls' locker room and I insisted on something to my preferences.
Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
It was me, Makoto. I'm sorry. I'm guilty.
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Probably. I'm now disappointed.
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado.
They just gotta come out. Like, it's fine. Well, no explanation.
Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
I mean, it can. I listened to fucking Backstreet Boys when I was growing up.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
Yeah.
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
It's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved.
I got it!
Yay!
The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
I just brought the whole... my e-handbook takes pictures, and I just brought it with me.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too?
Yeah.
But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body.
Excellent, excellent.
By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime?
Well, give me a second, because Binks, down you get. Away from the flock. I have to hope none of those exploded. We'll do it later.
Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
Yeah.
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
Oh?
I highly doubt that.
You were doing laundry with them all day.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could she have really gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Make my argument. So we'll load
Is it really
that.
possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
Hack the broken
I
one?
don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
But it's broken. If she had these Leons, get in the boys' locker room. If she was able to use it.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
I got it!
I just like shooting white noise, it abuses me.
She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, it's wrong.
I really wanted to shoot the white noise, but yeah, my slow reticle.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Oh.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
It would.
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Yeah, he's kind of dumb like that.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken,
Yeah.
that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Psst. You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts glaring.
Oh.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room, and Byakuya is the one who did it, really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
Oh.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Oh.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting?
Damn, the excitement.
Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial was put on hold. So we headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was... My excitement is immeasurable and the boringness is ruined.
Locker room? We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
We want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
Hifuma, no!
No way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just... based on religious grounds, you know?
Of course.
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
Wow, does everyone here suck?
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
Genocide Jill, we could be about that.
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quickly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
If you say otherwise, it's death by Snoo Snoo.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
Is a boy!
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting.
Sakura mad, she touched a
Thank you
penis.
for confirming this fact.
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Poor Chihiro.
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
Genocide Jill, back off! He was mine!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
Give your best metal scream.
Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial. Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Man, I wish I could have known him as he wanted to be known, you know?
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought had never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
Okay, Byakuya, I'm gonna fucking punch you, so that's your one. That's your warning.
This is the most titillating situation!
Genocide Jill, don't fetishize the crossdresser.
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
As always, Hifumi.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, It makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
Yes.
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
But why, though, you jackass?
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Byakuya, you can swear. Snabuya.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
Yeah, Chihiro, we literally just proved that wrong.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility.
Team Kyoko, let's go.
Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Nope.
Of course I do. What am I, an aunt or something?
I don't know, man. I know I'm an aunt.
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
I have gone so far over time with this, but I don't want to stop.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure we know about the killer. Killer is a guy.
I got it!
Since the crime scene was in the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. You just long to see death? Maybe. Maybe I like my ironic deaths. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Alright. Celeste's account? About talking with boys?
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
Fuck!
Dude. Shoot!
Dang it! I'm losing my hearts again!
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Just tap down these, get the seconds back.
Clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And
Nope, Celeste.
No, it's wrong.
You're losing your hearts the same as... Yep, this is just a very complex Zelda game. You know what?
I believe
It's so
someone else
Zelda.
did see the
Oh,
victim
wait,
before
wrong
he
of
was
it.
murdered.
There we go. Look,
What do you
we're just
think,
playing
Celeste?
Zelda.
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this.
Makoto.
The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever.
I'm the ultimate Zelda player.
It was last night. right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
Track jacket and a duffel bag. But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
Who was on trash?
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
Yeah.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
I do?
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
I do? I mean,
Seriously?
I have played before, but really?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that?
Oh.
You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
I mean, I do, but I played a lot of Phoenix Wright.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Alright.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow, it's really hard to believe. Guessing we're gonna pull one.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
Blue tracksuit. Fuck! Dang it!
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
It's fine. It's
He was
fine.
on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because
Ah!
it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
Shouldn't have done that. Should not have done that.
What you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Because exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
Oh. Yep.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was heading. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! We picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue...
Aha! Gotcha! Gotcha, bitch! We don't need colors. But she's the only one that told me about that.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume he headed off to exercise.
She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you... You just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just... I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Cherry?
Are you talking about Chihiro?
She's very team nicknames.
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony...
Yep. She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
When Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Hey.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
Oh?
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he talked?
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
I mean, I noticed that detail, but that's... I have foresight.
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful.
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
Yeah, I liked Chihiro.
I didn't kill anyone!
Oh?
You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth.
Oh?
What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come.
All right, Hifumi, what do you have to say?
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, Weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Yeah.
Really? What kind of evidence?
Useless evidence?
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then... Here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
Found it on the ground, then it must belong to... Chihiro?
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
Oh?
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
Oop. Bell calling yet again.
And yet,
And
this one
calling me
does
sir
appear to
again.
be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
How did the handbooks break? It's the only possible explanation. Hitting its weak
I
point.
got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession,
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So,
What is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Yeah.
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example?
I'm sure. Promise,
Then
cross my
allow me
heart.
to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... When it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break! I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin.
True science.
If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around.
I was gonna say, the Samsung battery, yeah, no, if that was the case, it would have exploded in the sauna, and Mondo and Taka would be dead.
So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
Because his broke.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke?
Yes, considering Taka took his clothes off.
They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I know of someone.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa, seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
It's your bro, I'm sorry. Select someone. Myself. I've got a minute. Find him.
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What?
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
Truth.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Make my argument. The broken e-handbook, Chihiro's e-handbook, card reader, Genocide Jack case file.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken,
Then he's got
then that
Leon's.
proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Dude. You're not really, but I found something that proves it. Yep. Our first broken
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
Alright, we gotta get all these statements out of the way, though.
What he says is correct. Then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually
We're gonna have to
broken,
slow down time and
then
get
that
it.
proves
We only have a
that
few
what
seconds.
Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works.
No,
Sniped!
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own.
Bum, bum, bum.
Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
Yes.
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
You can borrow one all you want. We've been through this, Hina.
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting.
It's true. It's interesting.
As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, we were friends, Mondo. You betrayed me. Why would you betray me?
What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong. You are wrong. You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Nope.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was...
Alright. Put the pin in it. The closing argument. Alright, so... the blue tracksuit. Let's slip on over. So she shoves it in, says bye, gets there. Let's see. That's Byakuya stuff. Dude. The boys one and in. Makoto hanging out with you, bro. Goes into the locker. Lift the weight. Carry it through. Smash. I'm gonna guess that one. Dude. Murder happens. Rolling up the carpet. Taking the poster down. Lifting the body. There's the handbook being taken, so... That's the sauna. Go to the girls' room. Take a handbook, go in. Laying the body down. The carpet's already there, so do that. Yeah. So everything's swapped. He comes in. Byakuya comes in and is an asshole, because of course. Ties her up. Wait, nope, hold on. He has the extension cord. Takes some of the blood. Writes it off because he can, because he's an asshole. Act 5, while this is happening. I was gonna say... Coming into the sauna. And then one last bit. That one? Reenact it?
Is you!
Alright, let's see.
First, let's take a look back to before the incident.
Hey!
Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct?
Correct.
At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste?
Poor Chihiro.
With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room.
I was gonna say, shouldn't we be using he here?
But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Didn't lay out the reasoning, right? Need to rearrange the events in this case. Alright, well... I'm presuming I just got these backwards.
The killer is... you!
Alright.
With bag in hand...
Yep.
She made her way to the locker room. Specifically, the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
There we go.
Simple. Because she was really a he.
Yeah.
Which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. The it seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And
Hey!
that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned.
Uh-huh.
Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster.
All the effort they go through.
And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem.
Yep.
And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch.
The crime scene, the legendary technique.
That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated.
But why?
So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
But why, though?
And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out.
Man, I love the art in this game. The art in this game is just top-notch in every regard.
Wait. No. This can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence? You need evidence. You need proof.
We've had plenty.
Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
Evidence that Mondo is the killer? That already revealed itself even earlier in this trial. All I have to do is check that one item of his, and everything will become clear. A new element has been added to the truth bullet battles. Would you like to hear more? Yep. Let's talk about a bit about Fever Time and Nega Time. During a bullet time battle, if you press the RB button, Fever Time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. You can push that however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. But this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible use of your time. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if only you got to access the special time, right? So you've also prepared something called Nega Time that your opponents can use. If your opponent activates Nega Time during your bullet time battle, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. If you were to activate Fever Time at this point, nah, never mind, I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. Unsurprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you won't use Nega Time. Well then, good luck, have fun. Alright, let's go. Time to play a rhythm game.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. You're corrupt. I refuse to vote. I refute you. False. You're corrupt.
Just like almost 50 combo.
Show me some evidence. I won't listen. Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
You tried, Taka. He was your bro, but he did murder.
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
Damn. B-ah! B-ah! I'll take 101 medals. We're gonna get so many cool gacha items.
Bro, what are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank!
Yay!
Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
The man with the corn chip hair. Oh, what were the bugles? There we go. Uh-oh, this time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro's Fusasaki was... Mondo Owada! Shrimp hair. In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Takeyo Taka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence. So allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. But for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the B button to fast forward the text. I have accidentally done that 3 times today and it's driven me nuts. No. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now, nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him, and he was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak.
Oh. Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world of survival of the fittest, if you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And yet...
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But
I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I could talk about it later? After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the thread of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
that's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so... that day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it. Hello, Binks.
hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And that person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
it was me. Yep, it sure was! The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was Binks. That was his aspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support, or would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Huh? What did he do? You mean, that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room to the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep his secret?
Because
if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so he tried to protect Chihiro's identity, or Chihiro's secret, by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see? Then Mondo did all this to keep a promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed. Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone? It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on this subject, why don't I tell you? Oh, no, Binks, that was my controller. That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know. You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother! The ultimate biker gang leader makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had a chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone! Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya and Mondo that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, #1 in the gang, and his #2, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. And then Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday. His brother's greatness, his reputation, began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Epitome. The epitome? Yes, okay, look, I pronounce some things weird because I'm Canadian, okay? And also I had to teach myself a lot of shit. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang. Which is why... I gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Just once, just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes, I'm gonna come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during that race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... laid in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey, kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. 'Cause it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang. In order to keep the gang together, he kept the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to this kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad, he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother. I'm strong. Strong. And yet... as soon as our killing game began, he realized... no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it would have been for nothing. That's why I... Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with all kinds of fuzzy uneasiness, just as it started swirling around. I'd never felt anything like it before. I don't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while that fuzziness, uneasiness, turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety, way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus!
I'm
sorry. I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden? Huh? Because, I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrap myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong, it can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us?
You piece of...
So what, you're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying, if I really am, I should be able to just tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try to overcome it. It was the kind of strength I'd never have. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now?
No.
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to sit back, let my secret get revealed, and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me that? You trying to rub my failure in my face? No, I really just admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right, I am strong. Strong, I'm strong. Strong. Stronger than you!
You son of a
And
bitch!
stronger than Daya! I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, I was lying at my feet covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand and was just staring at him down on the ground. Hey! I killed him.
I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Fuck, man. Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid his weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in his heart. Heart like his. And it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it. Look at him, you see? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past? For a memory? For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't. You bastard. Just shut up, you son of a bitch. Go ahead. Say that again. I dare you.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. Is what I want to say, but unfortunately, I can't do that right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing?
You kidding me?
You mean execution?
Well now.
That's what I promised you, right? The blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on. Now then.
Prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Owada, the ultimate biker gang leader. No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
I said wait.
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Ironic death. Ironic death. I need to feel better. I'm crying, man. Mondo.exe. Ah, the cage of death. The hula hoop gets you every time. Mondo butter. The Mondo butter. I would buy Mondo butter. Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. You know what? At least my soul's at peace. Twice the fat. It can't be. My brother. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Fuck, man, you're making me cry again. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. But he, of course, he had to. What a disappointment. Is this the end of the game? Byakuya?
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game. One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do. Because game is life or death.
Hey,
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except that
however,
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm and motionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too? That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing
Well,
to be
I
done.
don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well,
So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed, but if I had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up?!
I see.
So after hearing Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create a fake murder scene. But damn, man, if we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. Byakuya turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did. And I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for. What?
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey,
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next?
you.
You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair, is a gift to mankind itself!
What?
You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating! These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair! What do you mean? 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 Good grief! I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing! Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me. Ah, the noble son of a noble family! Truly, you understand me! Hoo-hoo-hoo! I think this is sort of a terrifying friendship!
That's enough.
Too lazy to do hope or despair emoji things. Shut up! I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I achieve complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you, understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Togami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all
Oh, so cool! It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you! I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Woohoo! Temper, temper! Sounds like someone needs a nap! Woohoo! Just remember, the drinking game is a shot on despair, an empty drink on hope. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. Don't do the drinking game on the final chapter. But I knew that was the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more than of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match.
Yep.
But I must admit, I'm disappointed.
Disappointed!
I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part.
Oh.
You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
Ooh.
Wah!
My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Take a drink when he says stupid. Boy's life of despair. The end. And then there were 10. And I need to remember who might die next chapter so I know who to interact with and get skills off of. Receive the crazy diamond. Would I like to save some data? Yes. We'll save there, and then call it for the day. Return to the main menu. Oh, alright. We went on for like an extra almost 2 hours. Dang, okay. We made up the difference that we lost to Final Fantasy and then some. So you know what? That's a good time to call it. Thank you everyone for coming out to this despair-filled series. I say like it's an actual series. Granted, the YouTube views have been going up, so that's been nice. In terms of next places to catch me on the Twitch. There will likely be some stuff over Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just because we've got the Grand Monthly Acing starting tomorrow. I'm not sure I'll play tomorrow specifically. I might use it to catch up on writing, because I am really behind in my other work. But guaranteed by Sunday we'll be popping into those seeds for a decent amount before we pick up Potionomics for the rest of that evening. And then in terms of streams afterwards, we will have obviously more Grand Monthly Async throughout into Vampire Survivors on Tuesday, because we are still enjoying that and chipping our way through that. So if any of that is what you look forward to, then do come out. And if it's just Danganronpa you like, I'll be here next week, preferably at my normal time. We'll see how the Lefenian League goes. But without any further ado, I will see you later.